Welcome to IELTShelp.com's General IELTS test preparation videos. You will now see a Vietnamese candidate, Minh Long, score an amazing Band 9 for his performance on the speaking interview. For lots more speaking lessons, including 6 original practice exams and a fully interactive course, visit and join our premium package at IELTShelp.com. Now watch and learn. Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test, and I will give you instructions for each of the 3 parts. Firstly, I will record this for marking purposes. For part 1, I will ask you a few questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. What is your full name?
My surname is Dung, and my given names are Minh Long. Please just call me by my English nickname. It's Brendan.
Okay, Brendan. May I see your identification, please?
Yes, of course. Here's my passport. Please have a look.
Thank you. Okay, here's your passport back. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling a bit nervous and excited as well. It is my first time to take this test, and I'm hoping to do well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. What helps you to relax?
Going for an hour to the gym or taking a stroll in the park near my home are the 2 ways I decompress when I'm feeling tense.
Let's talk about paper and computer. How often do you write on paper?
I frequently write on paper, whether it's notes on a post-it to remind me of an important thought or a schedule, or notes for English. I'm constantly jotting down ideas at least 3-4 times a day.
What is better about writing on a computer?
There are several advantages when using a computer for composition. Firstly, typing is much faster than writing longhand. Also, spelling and grammar check software greatly help to reduce mistakes. These are the reasons why I prefer to write all of my school assignments on computer.
When is paper more useful than a computer for writing?
Using paper can be better than using a PC, both for prominence and portability. I mean, it's just that much easier to write down a shopping list on a piece of paper and put it into my pocket. Or like I said, to write down an important schedule of a meeting and put it on the fridge.
Do you like to read from paper or from computer?
I prefer to read paperback books most of the time. I like that it is easier on my eyes, and I also enjoy the feel of flipping through the pages with my hand.
If you had to write a book, would you choose to do it on paper or with a computer?
If I were to author a book, I would definitely do it using my PC, simply because, as I mentioned, it is faster and more accurate.
Have the way people write changed because of the computer?
That's an interesting question. I think that computers have had a significant impact on literature.
In what way?
Instead of using one hand with fluid motion, 2 hands are used. And this affects the way the brain works, for example. And
okay, that's the end of part 1. Now we will continue with part 2. For part 2, here is a card with some questions on it. Here is some note paper and a pencil. Don't turn over the card yet, please. You will have 1 minute to look at the questions on the card. You can take notes in the 1 minute if you wish, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start, when to stop. Are you ready to begin?
yes.
Okay, go ahead, turn over the card, and your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, Brendan, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Last year in my business management class, I needed to complete a project with another team member, Hui, to set up a budgeting strategy for a major advertising firm. Hui is very hardworking and dedicated. She's about 155 centimeters tall, long dark hair, and usually a stern look. We were partnered together randomly by our professor. The goal of the project was to establish a clear financial strategy for Blue Marketing. We both worked together. Hui was responsible for researching the overhead costs as well as liability risks, and she did an exceptional job, not only on the research element, but also wrote a very impressive report, as well as several spreadsheets. She is an admirable business student with a very clear goal to become a successful businesswoman in the future. We discussed her and my ambitions a bit during the project, and I got to know that she plans on becoming an executive level manager at an international firm. We got a 97% grade on the project, and the professor was very pleased. Needless to say, it would not have turned out as well if either of us hadn't pulled our weight. If I had the chance to work with Hui again in the future, either in school or the professional context, I would gladly do so.
Okay, your time is up there, Brendan, so I'm going to stop you, and I will take back the note paper, the pencil, the questions. Thank you. And now we will continue with part 3. For part 3, I'm going to ask you some more questions related to the topic of part 2. Let's talk about project management. Which personality traits are the most important for successful project completion?
As I mentioned in regards to Hui just now, hard work and dedication are absolutely key. Also, time management and creativity are certainly assets.
Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Yes, definitely. Most projects need careful planning and a deadline, such as the budgeting plan that I did with Hui. And also some projects need unique solutions, like a viral Facebook ad campaign.
What are some of the most important steps when starting a project?
The critical stages when beginning a project are assessment, planning, and execution. These are important to reach optimal results.
How about after finishing a project?
After project completion, feedback and reassessment are important, so that if we encounter future similar projects, they could yield even better results. This was the final step in Hui's and my budgeting plan that I discussed in part 2.
How has technology helped people and companies manage their projects more efficiently?
Technology has greatly aided entities of all kinds, either in organization or execution.
Is technology always helpful?
Technology is helpful 99% of the time, but of course it can be negative, for example in brainstorming or creativity. Traditional pen and paper may still hold the advantages.
Let's talk about working with others. Why is it a good idea to work together with other people on difficult assignments?
As the saying goes, 2 heads are better than 1. In all seriousness, different people bring different perspectives to the challenges we face. So it is definitely a good idea to collaborate with others, such as Hui and I did.
When can this be a problem instead of a benefit?
Some teams lack cohesion, and this may lead to a diffusion of responsibility and incompetence.
What are good ways to create effective teamwork?
To kick off a team project efficiently, first, the members' strengths and weaknesses should be assessed, so that in that way, tasks can be divided based on those to exploit each member's strengths and compensate for their weaknesses.
Which of these is the most important and why?
An understanding of each member's capacities is definitely the starting point to success.
That is the end of part 3. That concludes the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. You will have your mark in about 2 weeks' time with the other sections. And please do remember to take your identification with you. Have a great rest of your day, Brendan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
See you.
Why does Brendan get an amazing Band 9 for his performance on the speaking interview? Well, clearly, Brendan meets all of the requirements of this band score. Firstly, his fluency and coherence is top-notch. Although Brendan takes some pauses during his speech, it is clear to see that these pauses are only to think of good ideas for his answers. Brendan does not pause to think of vocabulary or grammar. Instead, he thinks to give complete and clear answers using the questions. Furthermore, Brendan has excellent grammatical range and accuracy. He reflects the conditional forms in his answers, present perfect, as well as adjective clauses and many other kinds of complex English grammar. In addition, Brendan's lexical resource is outstanding. He is definitely at a native English-speaking university level. He uses a broad range of words to paraphrase not only elements of questions, but even his own answers in parts 1, 2, and 3. He uses idiomatic language like to decompress, to kick off, 2 heads are better than 1, and many, many more. In addition, Brendan's pronunciation is 99% that of a native American or Canadian English speaker. Now, what else does Brendan do well? Furthermore, Brendan makes sure to answer all questions clearly and completely. He never overspeaks or goes off topic. Instead, he focuses on giving an answer, explanation, and an example. For part 2, he speaks clearly, giving new information throughout the 2 minutes. He does not repeat himself. He makes sure to answer all of the questions on the cue card. This is what you need to do to get those high band scores the next time you sit your IELTS exam. To see more amazing videos like this one, as well as 6 original practice exams and a fully interactive course with effective strategies to get those high band scores, visit and join our premium package at gieltshelp.com. Also, download and link our app, General IELTS Help, from your Google Play and Apple App Stores. Begin learning for success today. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch another video. Click right up here. And join our premium package. Click on our hero to practice your speaking, get videos, exams, and an interactive course.